Okay, today we're in my little shop here and we're going to work on my wife's Shoei helmet. And so she has a Shoei Neotec modular helmet, and what we're going to do to it is we're going to put, as you see, we have a Sena 20S mount right here, and the problem that we have is we have those crummy little speakers that we got from Sena that I really do not like and care for, and my wife has the same problem. So as I set this aside, I'm going to show you real quick what the solution is going to be. I've done this to my helmet, and I've been really happy with the sound quality. So what I bought was here it is, it's an RP-DJS 400 stereo headphone set made by Panasonic, and I ordered it on eBay, and it just came in. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble these headphones, these perfectly good headphones, and we're going to take them apart, and we're going to take the components and replace what we have in the helmet with these. So stand by and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and what I did was I unpacked these headphones, and you can see I've taken the headset piece off, and here's how they really come off, so you don't have to break it like I did. Basically, they just come off like that. And so I'm going to throw the little parts away. You don't even need to see that. But what leaves us with is these little headphones. So if I just reach in there and I pull that little ear cup off, and this ear cup off, we'll set those aside. We're not really going to use them on this, but we're going to go ahead and get started here. So we'll be right back. So we're back, and what we have here are these wonderful little headphones like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them off, probably right about here where they come together at. And that should give me enough tail. I better give myself a little extra maybe. No, that's all I need then. I had to make sure. So I cut those both right at the same spot. The reason I've cut them like that is because I'm going to use these little pieces to go to my Sena wiring, possibly. We'll see. Last time I didn't, and I'm thinking this time I want to try to because it looks a little neater and cleaner, but that's okay. Okay, here we go, and what we have to do now, remember these were really good speakers and headset, but that's okay, they were is the key word. So basically what I'm doing is I'm cutting them. I don't want to cut the wire, but I'm trying to get where I can start cutting around and nipping all these pieces away. I know, what a shame, huh? Take a brand new set of headphones and do this, but you know what? It's okay because it's a lot cheaper than the $50 that some other brands charge for a set of speakers to go inside your helmet. And they work every bit as good. So as you see, I'm going to cut this one off, then I'm going to pause again. I'll take care of the other one, and I'll show you the next step. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking the excess off around this speaker. You can see it's not real pretty, it's not real clean just yet, but it will be when we're done. So I'm going to keep on cutting and nipping away. Okay, tough piece of plastic right there. Okay. You can see here we made a really fine mess of a couple of really good speakers that came out of some headphones that were pretty nice little headphones that I just thoroughly destroyed. So next we go to the bench grinder, and we'll show you what we're going to do there. Because I got a lot of tail here on this cord, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on here and I'm going to start smoothing this baby up with a bench grinder. And I know everybody's going to say, plastic, you're not supposed to do that, it'll get stuck in the stone. And you're right, that's a safety hazard. And I do have my glasses on, which are safety glasses, so we're going to say I have eye protection. Ouch, that's a little warm. I'm going to keep grinding this off nice and smooth. And as you can see, I'm taking most of the meat right off of this, and I'm getting it to where this will set right inside the headphones. I mean, inside the headphone spot, inside the headset of her helmet. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to take off just a little bit more, and then I'm going to clean it up even more than that here in just a second. Okay. Okay, as you can see, we're just about wrapping up right here with the grinding. I'm going to turn my grinder off. And as you can see, I've got all this rough stuff that came out on the top here. And grinding it the other way seemed to really leave it a lot cleaner edge. So now we're going to move back over to the helmet. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, I've got my little earphones all ready to go. So I got to prep the helmet now and get it ready to go as well. So we open up this Shoei helmet, and it has snap-in little face cheek pieces. I guess that's what you call them. And we're going to pull those guys out. We'll get both sides out, and here you can see there was the Sena headset, the Sena's little speaker that they had. It doesn't look like a whole lot more. It really doesn't. It looks almost the same, but you would be surprised. The volume is so much greater, and so is the bass on it. It's really incredible. So we take these side pieces out, set them aside, and now we're going to go ahead and pull these guys out. And so we'll get that out of our way, and I have to pull the one I have on this other side out, and it is underneath the liner, so we've got to take that apart to get to it. So I have both of them right here, and now I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to go away. I'm going to prep these and get everything ready so that we can come back and you can follow along right where we're at, okay? So I'll be back. Okay guys, I've been looking at this for a minute. This guy goes over on this side. This one goes on that side. I've removed my little Velcro pieces that hold it in place, and I've got my little earphone, my ear covers taken out of the way. And I decided I made an executive decision here. Rather than try to cut all this apart and try to desolder everything, that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut it just like that. And right over here, I've got my little razor blade knife, and I'm going to strip this baby back a little bit. And I'm going to show you what I found when I did mine. When we strip these wires, you're going to find there's 3 wires in here. Surprise! There's a blue, a red, and a white. I want to show you something. This little blue guy right here, or green, or whatever he is, that's just to stiffen the wire up and make it stronger. So this goes on one side. Now the other one on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing with. I figure I had extra cord, so I'm just going to do it the same way. Actually, these guys, they're good for the garbage. That's all they're good for. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to strip this guy back just like I did the other side. And you'll see that on both sides, there are actually 3 conductors, it would appear. But like I said, this green-blue color, when I did a lot of research on this to make sure I wasn't messing up, that has to just go away. It's just to reinforce this wire and make it stronger. Now comes the really delicate and tough part. You got to reach down here and strip these guys back, and I don't have my little tiny strippers, they're not with me today. So I'm going to strip these guys back with these dikes, wire snips, just like that, and you can see that they're stripped back sufficiently. We'll do the rest here in a minute. Okay, what we decided was we were going to go ahead and reuse the wires and strip them back. So I'm going to desolder. Well, that didn't take anything. It wouldn't have held up very good anyway. Not very good advertisement for Panasonic, but oh well. So I'm going to desolder these wires that went to the headphone set. Give it a moment to warm up. Okay, so we're back. Just had to give this a second to warm up. Now we're going to desolder, and there we go. I'm going to take this other one, and did anybody pay attention to which one was the negative and which one was the signal? I did. Okay, so the red one, which is the signal, goes on this side. Actually, wait a minute. I got to do a fix here. I got to pull this white guy out of the way, or I'll end up with both wires soldered at the same time. So let's go ahead and solder this red one on. Come on. All Alright, here we go. This time we're going to try it once again. I did tin my terminal, and yeah, I'm a little bit on the shaky side, it would seem. Okay, there's one. And now we'll get the other one. Hopefully I stripped back far enough to be able to do both, and I think I did. So here we go. Okay, now as you can tell, this has got the long cord, so it's going to go over to this far side of the helmet. This has got the short cord. It's going to be on this side of the helmet. I'm going to go ahead and tin these, get them all prepped. I'm going to solder them on and show you where we go from here, okay? So we're going to pause this video. Okay, here we come back again. We're going to go ahead and solder on our signal right there. The next one's going to be the ground side, as it were. Got to get it where it's not going to keep wiggling on me. Here we go. Come on, baby. It's fighting me. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have two of them that are soldered together. I'm going to go ahead and put them back together again, so I'll be back in just a moment when we're ready to do that. So here we are. I have the long wire right here. You can see it goes over on this side. I have the short wire. Remember, I took these guys off the other speakers, the Senas. I'm going to go ahead and put them on here, and that's what's going to hold my speaker in the helmet. And as you recall, I have the other side of the hook and loop in there. I'm going to go ahead and put my little speaker inside there. It looks pretty ugly at this point, doesn't it? It really does, I know, but hang with me. We'll show you how it turns out pretty nice at the end. We're going to put this one in on this side right here. I'm going to go ahead and tuck all this extra wire up underneath right where it was before. It's the way Sena says you're supposed to be doing it, I guess. And so all my wires are going back in. I'm snapping the liner in. It looks like a pretty easy job so far. Remember, I have these little pad puffs that go over the other Senas, and I just kind of stretch them right over these guys when I put them in. We're going to do that again, just like I did on the others. And so I wrapped them around so that they're not, there's no sharp edges anyway, because I already ground all that off. But I'm just getting it to where it's nice and soft so it sits up against your ears and it's not going to be painful. I have a little bit of a problem here with this, and I'm going to show you what it is. I go to pull that out, and look what happens. This guy's stuck down in the bottom, which we like him being sticky, but the problem is, if he's not going to stay in there, he's not going to hold this little speaker down in. And so, I'm trying to do this where you can see. I also have these little Velcros right here, as you can see. And they're kind of handy little guys. I'm going to do something different. You might say, well, I don't like that. Well, you don't have to do it this way. But what I'm doing with these Velcros is they're just hook and loop. And I'm going to stick them on there just like this as another way to space it out and give her some speakers closer to her ears anyway. Put it all together just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Don't tell me this ain't perfect, because it's, you know what? Don't gotta be perfect, because it's gonna be buried in here in a few minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll it over. Hang on, gotta put this guy back on again. So here we go. I'm gonna pull it away for just a second and get this on there.